Welcome to another in the series of Fintal for Equity Release Professionals videos. This video looks at the results of the initial benefit calculation. This is the first thing that you'll see on the screen after completing all the questions that have been input. You can scroll a little bit to see what's at the bottom. It's important to notice that we're actually showing two sets of calculations here normally. That's because the benefit system is currently going through a major set of changes, including a move from a lot of means tested benefits into universal credit. So because we don't know which benefits somebody may already be receiving, we display the two sets of calculations showing their entitlement. At the moment, for older people, that is those over pension age, guarantee pension credit and savings pension credit, if people are still entitled to that because they were getting the old style state pension, haven't really changed, except that children have recently been added to the pension credit calculation. But if you're under state pension age, over 55 for equity release cases typically, then you may be getting universal credit, or you may be getting the old sort of working benefits, job seekers allowance, employment and support allowance, or income support. So we show the two sets of calculations. This is a summary screen, so we can see here that we have a guaranteed pension credit entitlement of £81.09 a week. Council tax reduction for the local authority we chose, which was Blackpool, at £28.85 a week, giving a total of benefits of £109.94. Under the old scheme, where children have a separate entitlement and a child tax credit, then the total would have been, as we can see at the bottom, slightly different, £110.12 a week. You often see where universal credit comes into the calculation quite a considerable difference in the amount of benefit under the old and new schemes. Some winners, some losers. You'll notice that we've got these little pop-up boxes here. That enables us to look at the basic makeup of the benefit that we've looked at. So guaranteed pension credit, the total entitlement £81.09. If I click on the little plus sign, we can see that that's made up of a net income of £150, which is a pension figure I put in, and an applicable amount. What that is the amount of money that's been calculated as being needed by this person and child per week. And guaranteed pension credit tops up the income you've already got to that level. You can keep clicking on these buttons and you'll see gradually the breakdown of how that applicable amount, what they need figure is arrived at, standard amount, children's amount, and similarly for income we can do that. They have no earnings, they just have the unearned income of £150 of pension. So that's the way in which we can look at that summary calculation. If we want to look in more detail, then we go to the output on the top menu. There are two sorts of report that we can view here. Default report, which is for an advisor and shows all of the calculations, or a client report, which is more focused on the amount and some help on how to claim it. So we look at those in turn. We can also include an input summary. This is great for case files. It records the information that we've put in terms of the answers to questions. So I'll click the input summary. We can see that that's been selected there, and look first of all at the default report. This is the default report, useful for advisors, gives the detail of how the calculation of current benefit entitlement is made up, and also, because we've selected the summary of input, gives us the details of what information we have been given by the client. So here we can see that there's a child benefit entitlement, there's guaranteed pension credit entitlement, and we break down the amount of the needs against the amount of the income. There's a useful ceiling figure here that shows us at what level of weekly income you stop being entitled to a benefit. And there's a council tax rebate here, again under the current rules for that benefit. If we scroll down the page, we'll see what are called the legacy benefits, the old benefit system, where there will be a child tax credit entitlement for the child instead of it being included with guarantee pension credit. The guarantee pension credit amount therefore is much lower because it doesn't include anything for the child. Shows us which benefits we've looked at that have decided that they're not entitled to and why, and it shows us the council tax figure again. Bit of information about what we get free or passported by virtue of the benefits that are being received, mostly here the health service benefits. And then at the bottom of the screen you can see the input summary, the information that we have put in and the question for which it's relevant. Very useful indeed for maintaining a file record. And now we look at what the client report is and how it differs. You'll see that it's much simpler. It doesn't have any of the details of how a benefit is calculated, but it provides very basic information about each benefit. I can save and print those reports if I wish from the options here. So that's how we look at what the benefit entitlement is and how it's displayed. We look next at the way in which we forecast the effects of an equity release scheme upon that. Thank you for watching this Ferret video on Fintal for equity release professionals. Don't forget to look at the other videos in the series.